Hello everyone, so good afternoon. So in this tutorial section I'm going to explain certain common features of a document management system that I've created. So basically the document management system was designed to fit an educational setting, and what the document management system does is it enables you to manage your document, let's say your PDF documents, right? So if there is an institution out there, let's say a bank or maybe a university out there that want to manage its document management system, usually these institutions work with a lot of paper documents. Okay, so if the institution is able to acquire, for instance, a scanner that has object character recognition feature on it, which will make the scanned document searchable, they can use the document management system to upload these documents to the server and also search for documents either by the metadata or by content within that particular document. Okay, so that is the basic feature of this particular application. The application also enables you to create offices. So like I'm saying, for instance, if it's a university, maybe you have several offices. So maybe you have like, okay, the account office, and under the account office maybe there are units under the account office. Maybe you have like the internal audit, maybe you have like the student account, and then maybe you have, for instance, let's say the cash office or something like that. So you're able to create units under that particular office. And you also the application also give you the opportunity to be able to create folders on the server and also create subfolders, and then upload documents to that particular folder or subfolders. Also, you're able to create groups and assign permissions to the group, and after you assign permissions to the group, you can also assign the group to a particular folder, okay, and then which will give the group the opportunity to be able to work on that particular folder. Let's say upload documents to that particular folder, and based on the permissions of the group or based on the permissions of that particular folder, they can either view, download, upload or delete. So I'm going to fire the application. We'll set up the super account, and as you know, for every application or any management system, there is the need for you to have like a central administrator, right? And that central administrator is the one that is responsible for adding the other administrators onto the platform. So we'll kick off by setting up the central administrator, and then the central administrator is going to, pardon my English, the central administrator is going to add the various administrators onto the platform. The various administrators also have the opportunity to add users onto the platform. So first and foremost, I'm going to make myself the central administrator, right? And I'm going to set this as admin and then admin, and I'm going to create the account. Once the account is created, the application is going to terminate to set it up so that you kick it off one more time. So now that the application has been set up, we would first go in and add some administrators. Okay, so over here I'm going to log in as a central administrator and then create some administrators. So over here you realize that there are no administrators, right? So I'm going to create administrators here. So let's say here I'm going to create this guy called, let's say, quick, right? There you go. And we are going to set the username as that and the password, and then that administrator has been created. So if we come to view administrators, you realize that that administrator is right over there. Now we are going to add, let's say, a second administrator. Okay, we are going to call this guy, for instance, Frank. Set the username as Frank, password, and then that's it. Now that administrator too is successfully created. It's right over there. You can edit that particular administrator's information, for instance, the password, reset the password for them if they've forgotten, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to close the view administrators, and over here we can create offices. So like I'm saying, if it's an educational institution, let's say you have, let's say, the account office, the account office may have, several units under that particular office. So we are going to create one. We are going to call this, for instance, accounts, right? So that's the account office, and under the account office we can create a unit. So when we click here, we can create a unit under that account office. Let's say we call this, let's say, cash office, right? And then when we click over here, realize that that office is created over here. So you can see cash office right over there. Okay, and then we can click here and then let's say add, let's say, student account, right? Student account. Great. So it's also there, it's right over there. We can create different offices too if we want. So let's say, let's call this registry, for instance, registry. Okay, so there you go, you have that registry over there. So we can create units under that particular registry too if we want. I don't know, let's say admission, admission here. So let's say there is a unit under registry, right? So when we create that, that is also over there. So you see you have admission, then when you come to account office, you have that. Now you realize that whenever we highlight on a particular office, right, which is this particular office, for instance account, or for instance registry, the setting icon turns green. Yes, it turns green because it enables you, when you click on the setting icon, you can then be able to assign administrators to a particular, let's say, office, right? So you can be able to assign an administrator to a particular office. Okay, so that is what for instance you can do. So over here, let's assign, let's say, let's assign an administrator to the account office. So let's say, let's assign Frank to the account office, right? So Frank is now the administrator for the account office. So you realize that when we click on account and then we click on the setting again, it takes us to Handshake. And what Handshake does is, if an administrator has already been assigned to a particular office, okay, when you click on that office and then you want to assign a new administrator, what it does is it opens the Handshake so that you can transfer an administrator to a different administrator. And what the Handshake does is, if let's say Frank has already created users, and that users have also created Frank has also created folders and subfolders and has created users, and these users have uploaded document, okay, onto the platform. Once you transfer this account from Frank to Kweku is going to inherit all the folders of what Frank had. So Kweku will be able to inherit the users under Frank, because let's say Frank has finally been laid off or he has changed jobs, so his position is being filled. So the new or the incoming administrator needs to have control over the files and folders of the previous administrator, and as well as those who are working under him, okay, so, or her. So that is why that's what the Handshake does, right? So realize that when we come to registering, which doesn't have any administrator assigned to it, it takes us to where we can actually assign an administrator to that particular office. So for now we wouldn't do this, we'll just do this and then let's say log out,